So I offline we had a conversation that led me to remembering that I had a job when ODB passed, which remind me of the new Nas. I've been listening to Math posted. What's the track you posted? 4016? 4016 building. I had that. I ran through the album a couple times. So that shit is hard. That shit is hard. I saw some people gassing.
We'll get to the Drake part. Don't worry.
Well, I have a question for Drip. I do have a question for Drip in this whole situation, but some people are saying this is
Drip.
No, you don't.
Jesus Christ. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. Let me get my pen right.
I'm sorry. Who? You said who?
We'll talk about that situation.
You mean co-champion?
Oh,
okay.
Slow down, buddy Matthews. Slow down.
Okay.
I look as a former 2-time BRP predictions champion, Drip, I will say this. I don't give a fuck who's holding the belt. You might need to get a new mic. And I am not joking.
You got fucking Marty Scroll over
here. This nigga sound like
this motherfucker.
He sound like he in Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling with the fucking mic. Come the fuck on, bro. You gotta get you a Yeti, my nigga. Come on. We can afford it.
Facts. And
we could afford it.
You've been asked repeatedly.
He said my mic is good. That shit sound like he's speaking into a megaphone.
I'm telling you.
I'm just saying. And I wasn't even trying to go there. I wasn't even trying. I had a whole other conversation I wanted to go to. But you know what the problem is?
Tell us
you know what the problem is? You know what the problem?
The people with your Circuit City. They want to hear from the losers every once in a while.
No. You know what the problem is? Nobody cared about this shit. All right. We was doing this shit for years. Literally.
Yeah.
No, he still don't.
Fam will win as like Nyko. Just throw the shit.
And realistically, it's of course he don't. Of course he don't. He ain't got the merch on. That's what it is. That's what it is.
This motherfucker is for hire. He's a scam. That's not even a real fam. This is not even my cousin. This is a scam.
It's a scam. He everywhere else though. We got it though. Everywhere else.
Yeah, my cousin's real name is Durham.
That's Durham.
That's very funny.
What I'm saying is,
be the Hercules in New York voice when I talk. Hello, hi.
He's motherfuckers be so happy to get close to some greatness. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's halfway there.
He's halfway. Finally,
I'm all the way there. Nah,
finally,
finally, like the Bret Hart thing. You are a sore loser.
But
Drip. Say you were screwed over. No.
But drip. Hold up for a second, all right? Because we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Because I have a question. We have to have a conversation. I've been seeing people on the timeline talking about how good Nas's magic is. They talking about he ain't been spitting like this in a minute.
That's a lie.
Which it sounds crazy. Which that's the thing, all right? Because that sounds crazy. But this was my point. This is what I was thinking about. Maybe Nas was too early. Like, remember when there was a time period where a lot of Nas material wasn't coming out? He had enough for 2 different sets of lost tapes, plus more. You know what I'm saying? Throwaways. The N album, the Nigger album that he was going to put out. There was trap.
Put your eyebrows down.
A good mixtape.
The tape was hard. Then there's a lot of material that he would just have that was hard. But I maybe the fact that he's so goated at this point, as the kids would say, he's such a goat that he could put out. This sound like he had R.I.P. Virgil in this. This shit had just came out. It came out Christmas Eve. He probably knocked this album out in a week. He's in his zone right now. If the streaming services were like this back in 2003, where you could literally be like, boom. Give me about 10 tracks. I'm about to lay all this down and then we're gonna put it out. Maybe Nas would have had a great, like, maybe people would have understood it earlier if he was able to work the way he is now back then, because obviously this shit is easy to him. It's too easy.
So I just don't think that it was ever an issue with Nas's penmanship. Like it. That's.
I'm not saying it's penmanship. I'm saying the quality of the albums though.
But this is Nas working with a singular producer that isn't completely in love with it. So it's a guy like I could go for a Nas Mad Lib. Like Nas keep working at this point. Nas act like Kevin Hart at this point.
Son,
just keep making stuff.
But I think that he has somebody that kind of can give him direction and say, son, we need you to just be Nas. We don't need you to be a street poet or whatever. Just be 50-year-old Nas.
But
talk 50-year-old shit right now because that's what niggas need.
So is somebody telling him that, or has he finally gotten to the point
where
he doesn't care?
Yeah,
he's like,
he doesn't need to be nobody else but Nas.
Because I'm Nas.
But sometimes that shit don't. Because I mean, how often do you go back to the Kanye album though?
It wasn't good.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The one with the cop shot. The one with the cop shot the kid, which is the only record on the album I actually still listen to until Kanye start rapping. Nasir Jones.
I didn't even know that.
Nasir Ben Oludara.
Yeah, that was what the third.
Nas is so hard. He put his whole name into a rap, and I remember it because it just flowed so ill.
Nasir Ben Oludara, Viscuala. Fistful of dollars in the dice game, God, the ice king, God.
Magic is hard though. Magic's there's a couple of them. Ugly. I really like that record.
It's so, and this is really what we're going to talk about on Where's Buffy this week.
It's a preview to Where's Buffy, where'sbuffy.com. Just search for Where's Buffy on the YouTube. Just if you're on youtube.com/Black Rasslin, that search is right the fuck up there. Do a quick search for Where's Buffy. Click that subscribe and then be ready for that Nas conversation this weekend. I'm sorry.
Shouts to Diz.
Peace to Diz.
No, fuck Diz, because he not a Nas. He don't listen to Nas. Fuck Diz.
Yeah, this is interesting.
But we got to reopen that because everybody's like, all right. I have this theory that most people in hip hop, not everybody, but I would say 90% of niggas in hip hop are either J niggas and Nas niggas. Like they're either or, you know what I'm saying? Like they lean one way or the other. It's like the AEW, WWE.
I like that.
Until you get intelligent and you start listening to some good shit.
But no, you can listen to everything, but like you don't need to like it. Like I'm not gonna say niggas hate one or have to hate the other, but they definitely strongly lead one way or the other. Right. Like it ain't most niggas do not play the 50 with those two folks.
But when it's
like the promotions,
it's
right.
But when it's good, you can't. It's no lean. Like you seen Diz not lean. He can't lean. Feeve doesn't lean because it's good, or what they would say is good.
Right.
It's no leaning anymore because it's more of like when you really can relate to some shit. Like when Benny came out, niggas like, yo, I feel that Benny shit.
I remember that. Yeah,
it's real. So when Nas stops that. Yo, I'm from the far East Africa slavery mentality type shit. And this gives you legit
good raps.
Good 40-year-old rap shit.
That shit is hard.
The 40-year-old niggas gonna listen to it. My bad, Vagina Enterprise. You can get loose. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ.
Look at this man.
I like the
emotional,
bitter. This nigga said
he's a broken down old man. He's a failure.
He had to go.
You could not live with your failure. And what did
that bring you back? Want to try that word one more time? Let's
your failure.
Take it from the top. Take it from the top. Take two.
Tippy, come on, Matt. Come on.
Drip. Do you listen to Nas?
Look at him.
You never listen to Nas.
He said, listen to him do what?
Only when the songs are in 2K.
Only when his
Carol
songs are in
Burnett.
2K?
When there was, I think 2K12 had the World Is Yours, like it would play right before the game started.
Yo, you know it's ill. It's funny you mention that. I'll be in the car, and Lil Fam will be in the car, and he'll know the words to a song, and I'll be like,
Yep.
you know that?
Yep. It's in the fucking game. It's in the game.
There was like the Madden where they had public
EA
enemy, like
Sports.
I testified, my brother died, something like
What? They have
down.
that public.
Shut him down.
Yo,
Like that was in Madden.
I've never heard somebody Drake harmonize Chuck D.
That was in the Madden with Troy Polamalu and Larry Fitzgerald. It was that Madden.
Ray is the sucker,
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
Man, John Wayne.
That's ridiculous.
But other than Fight the Power, like Shut 'Em Down, it's like that's the only other song I can name by them. Yeah,
From Public Enemy,
yeah,
one of the most important hip hop groups ever.
I was just talking about that song because I feel like that that remix is still one of the best remixes ever.
It's fucking pinnacle of hip hop remixes, let alone hip hop songs and just the art of remixing a song, making a song potentially be better than what it already was. Because we're talking about Public Enemy, we're not talking about Drake.
We're also talking about Pete Rock.
Like what these kids don't even know nothing. A remix to them is putting another nigga on the song.
The remix is coming.
The Migos Versace remix was putting Drake on the song. But then what do they say? Oh, he blew it up though. You knew who the Migos was because of that song, though. Right, Drip? Am I lying?
That shit was pure twat.
Pure twat.
Nah.
That
You act like twat is a bad thing. Cut it out.
For this Pat Patterson, it is.
It is when it's a record. You about to get us shut down. Get him out of here.
Yeah, nah, for real.
You can call me Vagina Enterprises, and I say you're just like
yes, because you look like
violation.
Who are you, Davis Scroll?
Hey Davis. Hey Davis.
Sit down, nigga.
Speaking of which, no, the Nas album's hard. If you've not listened to Magic, I know it's been a long couple of weeks. Go listen to that. I'm sorry, because it's one of those things where by the end of 2021 or 2022, someone's gonna be like, "Oh shit, I forgot this came out."
Nah.
I don't know. Anyway,
Actually, that's actually a 2021 record.
Yeah, which sucks. That because everybody's best of stuff comes out around Christmas. By Christmas time, somebody's got it out there. Any fire that comes out in that time frame is usually forgotten.
Right.
Y'all just got a Christmas present that Drip is never going to listen to. Anyway, so
now the new weekend is coming tomorrow. Gotta listen to that.
Day One, somewhere midway, but in the Day One pay-per-view. Actually, let me make it. I'm trying to make some notes.
The new Weekend album.
That is happening.
And
I just seen the greatest Weekend meme is from the Super Bowl last year when he was coming out and he was looking through. There's like,
yeah.
Oh, this is niggas looking for the Jill Scott sex tape. This is great.
Is that even real? It feels like somebody just said it happened and that was a thing. Anyway, I don't know.
Hold on, let me ask it. I have to ask it now.
Wait. What you about to ask?
Whose sex tape would you drop everything and like
this is what's getting shut down?
The outer reaches, the Reddits and 4chans of the world, you finding all like what? Whose sex tape drops you like? Yeah, look, I'm hollering at y'all. I got something to find. Anybody?
I'm trying.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say Sweetie.
So we,
fam. Hey, listen, because she let them things slip before.
I'm gonna say sweetie.
Nigga, if that Nia Long sex tape drop.
The Nia Long sex tape would be crazy. But what's the circumstance that even happens, though?
I don't care. I don't
Al,
care.
you never.
I never what?
Somebody let the Nextel go.
I never what? No, wait, Trip. What's your question? I never what?
You just saying like what circumstance? Just saying.
I'm saying in turn.
Hold on, baby. Let me get my I-90.
Let me explain the difference. Hold on. Let me explain the difference between us and Drip. We had sex before it was camera phone.
Right. All that evidence is lost.
It's gone.
Because they don't remember it. Is why it's gone.
It never happened.
Right. So
we damn near man never even met.
Whose tape you calling out of work for?
No, be hard. It
because I'm famished.
Fuck.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna make it.
What show is this?
I gotta find this.
What show is this?
This is Blacked Rasslin.
What?
That's funny too. That's very funny. That might be the name of the episode.
Blacked Rasslin is funny.
I'm trying to. It's either like Trish Stratus. I'm trying.
Oh, he's going pro wrestling for real.
Like, yo, you super horny when you lusting over.
I got a whole list. I'm just like,
you lusting over wrestlers.
What if someone said like the Felicia Rashad sex tape from like
now or back then
87, 88?
It looked like it, you got to put that in a film projector from school, yo.
On like a pile of money. Yeah, it's like it's 27 seconds of it's just a loop. It's a loop.
I'm not watching that, yo, because that might got a Maya Rashad in it. I'm not watching that tape.
Oh, it better have a Maya. It may not.
That nigga got the motherfucking shag and shit.
Hey, yo.
He still got his helmet on.
Oh my god.
No, all right. So day one, midway in between the day one pay-per-view.
Like,
I would say Liv Morgan.
Call off work to jack off.
I would not. What? What? No, I would not. And I did not.
Look at you.
What the fuck is going on?
I said, I'm not calling out. I'm gonna just go at work.
I clearly gave an answer, and then he gonna say, "Oh, this is what he would say." What are you talking about?
I didn't say you.
Speaking of day one,
the midway into day one.
Cause you call it out, or you just go wait for a break or something. I'll be right.
Yeah, he'll be in the bathroom.
I'll be right.
I got a long ride to work. I could drive with my knees.
This nigga disgusting.
That's not the only thing you do on your
That's disgusting. Nah, do not go to youtube.com/blackwrestler to see what he just did. Do not do that. Don't do that's fucking nasty. Ew.
The world's first self-driving car.
Wow.
That's gross.
Hey, yo.
He gets a Tesla just so he
niggas nasty.
Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to another action-packed card of All-Star Wrestling.
Welcome back to the Black Wrestling Podcast. God's still working on us. It's your boy Cal, representing rockthedub.com, the Black Wrestling Podcast. This shit right here, and all points in between. As you can see, if you were on youtube.com/Black Wrestling, hopefully you subscribe. Please subscribe if you're there. The squad is on the line. Please say what's good to the people, y'all.
Yo. IlFam79 on your social media choice.
True.
AKA Sky Low, AKA Low G Bobby Johnson. What's happening?
Low G Bobby Johnson. I like that.
Cal.
What's up?
Cal.
What's up?
Cal.
What's up? Let's get close to a dream. He's so happy now.
The feds releasing body after body. To the Fed, it become a hobby.
True.
They're not trying to see another brother turn to Irv Gotti.
100%.
My son, he liked the potty. So he's older now. Educated street knowledge. I'm a molder now. At Math Damon.
Damn. That's a damn shame.
Damon.
Here you go. One mic over here.
Damon.
He's sipping. This nigga sipping Moscato.
As he sips it from a glass, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Many hoped and prayed. They prayed. They prayed to the God that's still working on them that this day would never come. And on day one, it came true.
Oh,
I said it last year. New year, new champ.
This nigga's a thought.
And guess what? It fucking happened.
Hold up.
Your new predictions champion, Davis, aka Drip, stacked for BRP.
All right.
You're a co-holder.
You're
J White
hold
boy.
up. Hold up. All right.
No. So let's get this done because
You're a co-holder.
I said hold up. All right. I know you talk. I know you want to get your shit off or whatever, but look, it's been a rough week. All right. If you watch pro wrestling, it's been a rough goddamn week. Everything has happened in the last 8 or 9 days. Pardon me if I was drinking. Shouts to the Rock. I bought this bottle of $16 Terramana.
fuck out of here, Rocco.
Listen.
Eat the cookie.
I just need to take a shot, all right? Because I'm trying to tell a story here. So midway through the WWE Day One pay-per-view, this is officially the start of the No Cap recap. I was like, damn, I'm losing this title. Not that I care, because I think Drip, I keep trying to tell you, niggas really don't care. Like this shit right here. I was supposed to send it out, and we'll talk about why I'm still holding on to this right now.
Are you shitty?
Are you mad?
No.
Now look. A real nigga can't even have a conversation. A real nigga can't even have a explain. Look at this. Look at this white boy. Look at this white boy.
His bangs are showing.
Look at his bangs.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Showing.
Hey, yo, that's not yo. Like when in older movies when white niggas used to beat their old lady, they yeah. I recognize that.
You look like the stepfather, yo.
Look, like I said earlier, I'm a former 2-time predictions champion because I lost it at day one, right? Like I said, midway in between.
You lost it. I won it.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
Let me speak.
Change, like what did Harris say? That's not how the game was played. You try to change it when you knew you lost.
No,
that's like trying to cover in a bet.
Hold on. The game didn't start, Drip.
It's the start of the show. It's not the start of the match. It's never been the start of the match. Otherwise, we all could have done that when we thought we were going to lose.
Nobody ever asked but me.
I don't even know what y'all talking about right now. Hold up.
So let Cal finish.
Hold up.
You go on your tirade, little girl.
I'm sending this belt to someone.
You send it to Drip. We had that conversation.
I'm sending this belt to someone. But there was a conversation that emerged immediately after the pay-per-view. Because
between who, Cal?
This man, you said a lot. You said me and him was co-conspirating to make sure. That's what he said. You didn't say that?
No,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
that
you.
Yes.
had some
did
bitch,
say that.
Tony Brown.
Which doesn't make any sense. I'll talk to this man. Not about this. Not about this.
That's a lie.
I don't need to
You
talk to
think
nobody about this.
we were in
What you
cahoots?
do when it's not yours? It's mine.
I told you a month or so ago, when I want this title, I take this title. But this title don't mean shit to me.
You
It
ain't
means
want
something
the
to
title,
him.
Cal, that's why
It
you
means
lost
something to him.
You don't have it no more.
This the ultimate baby face right here. He needs this belt. And somebody's gonna get this title, but we gotta get do we have I didn't ask nobody to prepare no notes because I was confused as to what was going on. I don't normally track the notes that Drip does, which is kind of interesting.
Are
Oh,
you
I track
shitting
him,
me?
because That bitch could be lying.
I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just saying I don't track. I just take it that Drip, whatever Drip is saying is what Drip is saying.
Then I would have made my shit. I would have made myself champ first day if that was the case.
Look, take that for what you want. What I'm saying is I never go back and listen to the episode to make sure that the shit that's tweet to tweet is what it is. I just assume Drip is right. Just like I don't talk to Drip. I don't need to talk to, like I said, I'm not doing no research on this shit. If I win the predictions, if I want to win the shit, if I want this title, I take this goddamn title. I obviously didn't need the title for 2022. You wanted it, Drip.
You're taking it right now. That's being held hostage.
My nigga, the box is right there. I could go to the post office host. I will risk the Omicron, the B2K or whatever the fuck the variant is right now out there. I'm gonna go to the post office. I got stuff to send out to the post office anyway. It ain't nothing. It's a box with a belt in it. And if I want the belt, I'll take the goddamn belt back. But the thing was, at the end of the night, it was Brother Math said, nah, Drip ain't no champion. He ain't no winner because it was a tie.
He's not the champion.
I am the champion.
He's not.
Why did you say it was a tie?
This is the question. This is before I answer that, I'm gonna ask this. No, I'll answer it first. I said it was a tie because the score ended up 4-4. Right? Hold on. He's gonna say it didn't. He's gonna say it ends 4-3.
What's the discrepancy?
I made a pick on the last match.
When
Right before it happened.
Pay-per-view.
No.
Person. I didn't even know I didn't know what this should happen, right? So I picked you. Before the match, I said, yo, can I switch to Brock Lesnar?
No, you said that right before the match started. You didn't say that before the show.
I just said before the match.
No, you said before the show.
I said before the match.
Wait, where was this said? Where was this said?
In the glide.
This is in
Do I check the glide?
Nah, you don't have to. This is real nigga shit.
All right, I'm gonna put the phone down.
Now he's like, no, go ahead.
I'm gonna put the phone down.
Because I'm gonna ask you a question, and then we're gonna get even real. Then we can get into some real nigga shit.
I'll put the phone down. I'm touching the phone. For those that only listen to the podcast, I'm not touching the phone.
So I asked the group. I said, "Can I switch my pick to Brock Lesnar?" It's like a bet. Before the game, I'm asking before the game, can I switch my pick? The only person that said no was Drip. He's
Because
the only answer.
You can't change one prediction when it's the only one left because you see the score. That's why I don't think it should be allowed. No, because otherwise we could have changed.
I'm just laughing at the situation. I didn't realize this was happening. Fam, did you realize this was happening?
No, I don't be caring.
I was not aware. I was not paying attention to the glide at that time.
Hold on. So my question to you, Cal, is you can switch Brock Lesnar into the match and we accept it. We accept the match, but you can't accept me switching my pick.
Because one was done hours before, and I asked you after he switched. You said Big E. Still, we all stuck with Big E after Brock was announced.
Yeah, this. I'm just fuck it. Let me go with Big E. But I asked, can I take Brock Lesnar? You were the only person that said no. So when I took Brock Lesnar, I ends up winning and tying it up 4-4.
You say you ended up winning and tying?
I won the match.
Winning the match to get the point to tie. No, that shouldn't be allowed because, like I said, the game is started with the overall. So we're picking the entire show, not just one.
They wasn't wrestling all night.
Well, Mav, let me ask you a question. Not saying this has happened, but let me ask you. Let me the flip side. Let's say. Well, no, because the thing is what you said brings up a question.
I can't believe this right now. I can't believe it.
Drip. Please stop.
He really had to come on air to be like,
stop, because we're gonna have a real nigga conversation.
Now, you asked, does it count because Drip was? You said Drip was the only one that said. You answered the question at all. What if in a vote, the majority say no?
That's cool.
If we say no and then we say Drip's the champion, you're okay with that? Or do you contest that? Because like I'm trying to figure out how much you stand on
it anyway. I'm a contestant.
He doesn't mind if he loses the settlement, yeah.
But if we take a vote and everybody says no, you can't change your pick
going forward.
Drip. No, you can't change your pick after the pay-per-view starts.
That's what we have to decide now on that. Like now going forward, do we change it?
With that.
Yeah.
But we make the decision after my pick was changed.
I do agree with that.
You were trying to use it to your benefit, as was I. That's why.
But
because that had never been done before. But I also kind of
new year. It's a new year.
You can't decide. You can't do it because again, that's like
it's ugly.
That's like you betting on the game and knowing you're going to lose, and you see other team about to mount a comeback drive.
Can you go to FanDuel and change your bet before the game starts?
You can try to cover, but that's some bullshit. That's a bullshit move.
I do have one thing to say here is that there were already points on the board.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of them.
So I feel like that may... Yeah, I think once points are scored, you can't really change anything in the game.
Two. You got two. Cal, you agree with that? That's fine. That's how we can move on from here or forward. But from here back.
Well, my thing is this. All right, and I'm going to be.
Is he trying to say it should be vacated, or are we doing a coin flip? What's he trying to say?
It's my title.
It's not your title. What do you mean? How would it be yours? It's a tie, like you just said. If yours is allowed, but it won't be going forward, then it'll be 4-4. See, this is why you're a scoundrel.
Happy New Year! Wait,
try to.
Who did this?
That's the cover for the episode. I had to get it out.
Yeah, send that shit to me. Send that shit to me.
Morpheus and Morpheus.
Send that shit to me. Wait, Math. What year is it?
2022. 2022.
Stop it, Cal. Stop.
2022.
Y'all get the fuck out of here.
2022.
2022.
You a skeezer! You a skeezer!
Skeezer!
The year of the champion.
Skeezer and the dummy, stupid.
I'm gonna say this. There was so much. We had conversations about when we were gonna make sure we had our picks in because we knew that SmackDown was coming and there could be changes. And we made sure that we all put our votes in before the pay-per-view for the match. Like I said, at that point, I'm in a zone.
It's
I might
locked. Once it's
I might be in the
locked.
studio with Nas writing an album.
So why?
Mind you, I had to text my cousin.
See,
That's what. No,
Mind you, but
That's a good point. No, that's a good point.
mind you, I had to text my cousin about a piece of news that I will eventually get into. And I knew that would I just sent the line of the information of what had happened, and cuz like, and then
Well, because you was on some covert operations or something. You was on maneuvers.
I was, you know what I mean? I was.
It's
Radio
a
silence
Saturday.
all day.
Saturday
wasn't no about nows, nothing.
It had snowed.
Nah.
Not yet.
It was a nice day.
I don't know.
Yes, it was nice.
It was nice. It was nice.
It was nice on Saturday.
Day one was nice. But anyway, you was on maneuver. So, but what I'm saying is, I was not paying attention to the phone. So I don't. What?
Cal, but your man over here, Vagina Enterprises,
Right.
got his perm all out of shape.
You saw the way he was.
Oh my! He's dropping elbows.
Oh my
and shit
God!
without-
Yeah, all that shit.
With no knowledge. Hold on. First of all,
Right.
we have conversations offline. We keep our conversations offline.
Of course.
Because it's real nigga shit.
Of course.
So nobody knows conversations that go on between me and Cuz, me and Cal.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? So me and Cal had a conversation. This is real nigga talk.
Yeah. This is a conversation that was had. Yeah.
Me and Cal had a conversation, and Cal said, "Hold on, are you serious about this title shit?" And I said, "Cal, I don't give a fuck about this title.
That's what he
I
said.
just want to see Drip upset."
See, I knew it.
And what did
My own, just like a true father.
But this is real. But Drip, you, oh my God, you scoundrel.
Right.
I said, Cal, go. No, it's Drip's title. He lost, but it's still his title.
Well, because the thing was, and again, was there a Zoom on Saturday? I was not in the Zoom.
Neither was I.
I was shouts to anybody who was in, because I was out all day. By the time I got home, I was on some like whatever. Let me just watch this pay-per-view and do my thing.
I watched it with Big Mike.
Shouts to Big Mike. Big Mike became a Liv Morgan fan like everybody else did. We'll talk about that in a bit. But the Tony Brown came out the woodworks and he was talking fly to me.
Bitch.
He was talking fly to Sean Stasiak.
Well,
He was talking fly to everybody.
As he should.
Now, I also saw Drip. I got to ask you a question. I saw Donnie Luce.
Donnie Luch.
Yeah.
Donnie.
Luch. I apologize. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know nobody. I don't listen to nobody podcast. That's not no disrespect. I barely find time to listen to my podcast. I apologize.
Donnie was in the
Donnie
show.
always in the chat with us.
No, I know that, but I don't know how to say everybody name like that.
It's one of those things that you don't know how to say until you hear it.
Donnie Luch. Donnie said he was your representation. What was the tweet that he had?
I got someone in the works for that. So a very, very special.
So
guest.
you wait. So are people really thirsty like that? People trying to be a representation like that?
Nah.
You got a list of people trying to be a Paul Heyman on the podcast like that?
They just want to get a chance to talk to me.
That too,
Relax.
Yeah. So
Relax.
it's the Chappelle. I'm the the face that Chappelle pushes as he's walking.
I don't know what's going on there.
Just happened. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know what's going. So we're on agreement.
Hey Cal, do me a favor. Just go ahead. Send it to my son. He just a holster because it's coming right back to where it's supposed to be in a week and a half.
It is a short turnaround. I'll probably be I'll still probably be longer reigning champion.
It's
than
funny.
25 days.
All that shit Tony Brown was talking. He ain't here tonight.
Nah, I ain't calling.
Let me
Oh,
tell y'all
you-
the truth about Tony Brown.
I could settle this on my own.
I knew Tony Brown back in the day when we were the Black and White Delight. You know, making our way through the circuit.
What kind
Florida.
of gigolos was these niggas?
Georgia, Mississippi, on our way to Texas, and I'll find out that this man puts a bounty on me. All because I slept with his sister, Tanya Brown. He went and got Dirty Dick Murdoch. He went and got Dirty Dick Murdoch to break my ankle. That's why Tony Brown and I have beef. You saw us back a couple months ago in the match in Shirley. Yeah, we could have been something.
Fuck.
That he had jealous eyes.
He said we could have been
Jealousy was in the air that night in Tupelo, Mississippi, when he stabbed me in the back. Tony Brown,
I want to hear niggas
I
from
ain't
Baltimore say that
ever forget.
Tupelo. He said
Nah, it would be staccato, Tupelo.
Tupelo.
Now you gonna say the P, like stupid, like it's Tupelo.
Maybe that's the problem. Because the thing with Trenton accent is you just stop saying certain consonants and vowels.
Tupelo.
The shit kind
Hey,
of you just
you
lean into the shit. Trenton.
Tupelo.
Where you from, Trenton?
You sound stupid.
All right, man, come on. Come on.
He's from Trenton.
Trenton, New Jersey. So,
Trenton.
all right. So, I'm going to be sending this from a post office in Trenton, New Jersey, to Drip. Hopefully, by next episode, you should have it. Hopefully, the snow don't fuck it up, and we're going to enter this weird phase of. And apparently, he's got droplets. There's some of these niggas on the timeline talking about they like this. So, we're going to give y'all what y'all want. How about that?
Somebody got to dry that up quick. All right, so
How about that? So. Day one. Let me get. And I also do want to preface the rest of the show by saying it's a lot of shit that happened in the last week. I may have to go take a break for a second because it's just a lot of stuff going on. So, I gotta go pee.
What a time to have a wrestling podcast.
What a team him out of here, man.
Oh, it's me. What the fuck?
This nigga want to get everybody out of here. You want to get out of here half the time.
I'm out of here. Get the fuck out
Yeah,
of here.
just like Tony Storm.
At this point, let's
I
just
can't
get
even say I'm out of here no more. I was like, oh, somebody said something wild. It was Vin. I was like, I'm out of here. It was like, oh, you're doing your math impression. And I'm like, no, nigga, I want to really get out of here. You
I'm
out.
getting out of here.
Nah, that clip though, that little like I'm getting out of here. Click that little clip.
Son, I was on. You know what? Never mind.
I'm getting out of here.
He was on the hub and saw that. He's like, wait a fuck.
It wasn't even up. Wasn't up.
Jesus Christ.
On the timeline.
That's crazy.
I clicked in there and saw where Vin was at. I said, you know what? Let me click
Oh.
out of here. Out of here.
So
I'm out.
speaking
Control,
of
delete. Control.
That nigga got warm booted.
Disgusting. That's disgusting. So
Children.
that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Sorry, Cal.
One of these weeks, I'm really gonna show up with no black wrestling on at all. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Nah, you gotta balance out the force.
You ought to try it, David. It's
Wait. Davis really doesn't have it. Davis wins a championship and he don't have no fucking merch on.
That's a black wrestling turtleneck.
Yeah. Say it in the back.
That's his 101.
It's a 101.
Yeah.
Yes, petite.
Show me.
All right.
He got it's in his broad strap. Built in.
All right, so Day One.
Because you fuck with the mother straps.
This is why I didn't go in that room. This is why they going.
That's very funny. That's very funny. I was like, hey, yo, he won't wake up. I'm not going in there. Me neither. I don't know what he did to himself.
No, not that room. Not that room. No, I'm going over there. I'll be in the kitchen. Shit, fuck that shit. Jesus Christ. Nah, so that was the thing. The whole thing with the prediction was Saturday. Was it Saturday?
Saturday.
Word hit that Roman Reigns had caught the COVID. That's the clip I need to get. The COVID. You ever seen Rick Ross say
Rick
the COVID?
Ross?
The COVID.
I'm not a fan of Rick Ross right now, man.
Why?
I was tempted to show with like the Rick Ross gloves and be like,
the vanilla vampire.
Nigga.
Yep.
For real? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I do not want to know.
Nope.
he's like,
That
normally
Nas
pull out
album
of
is
the hat.
hard.
I will just say Corey Holcomb been wilding lately. Go ahead though.
Wait,
One-
all right.
Roman
Wait.
Reigns got the COVID.
Wait. Is this hip hop that I care about coming out soon?
No,
Nah.
definitely isn't. I just looked at the releases coming up.
There's nothing.
Nothing at all. The only thing in the next 2 months for me is I want to hear the Corday. Other than that, there's nothing
Corday he has an album coming.
next month.
He with Alchemist at all? Talchemist?
That would be ill. I'm not sure. I know he left
Sure.
YBN, so I don't know what his sound is going to be like this album.
I hope he goes into some. Well, you know with that man.
Nah, I'm not a Corday fan.
He be
can rap.
rapping.
He can rap.
He be
I- I
rapping.
I just don't want to. That ain't my type of shit.
Corday was on one of my favorite songs of the whole entire year last year.
Yeah, we shit.
That Nas record
took
was
care of that.
amazing. That Nas.
Wait, you know what Nas record? I don't like the Wave Gods record.
I thought that shit was hard too.
There's a part of that record I don't like.
Yeah, ASAP Rocky's part. We know.
Yeah, every time he's on the record, it's like why? But it makes me not want to listen to the record at all. Because even in the hook, there's a weird noise in the hook. I'm like, yeah, that's ASAP. Like it's weird. It's weird.
Nah, it's tolerable.
It's weird. I was not. I would have taken it off. But that's just me. I'm sorry.
No, but speaking of those videos, I had asked y'all for like your favorite songs last year, and Math had said like 2 tracks by her, and I'm like, I can't sync this shit up to any BRB. I can't get jiggy with
Nah,
this
you
shit.
should do that.
He
That's,
was, he was moving like you, nigga.
see, I was trying to avoid this conversation, but it's funny. That's funny. I have to bring them up because it makes sense. You got to move like West Side Gun with it. There was the first time I had the honor to post West Side Gun on Complex. It had to have been 2017. He had a record. It was shouts out to DJ Green Lantern. He did a record with Green Lantern, and I forget, Benny may have been on it. Somebody else was on it though. But West Side is a pro wrestling fan.
I was just listening to this episode today. You talk about the redacted Wolverine versus Y2J.
The video is literally. They were like, "Yo, we want you to premiere this song." I'm like, "Bet, give me the fucking record. We gonna premiere this shit." The whole video is a match between Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit, and the shit is so hard. It's like in Japan. It is, so, and it does not make sense. Like it's not like the record is synced up move by move, but it's like West Side Gun watched the match and was like, "Bet." And that's just what he did in the booth to that beat with that match on. And it's so ill. So I think Drip, the next time, if this man is like, yo, After 7 was my song of 2022, put that to the next. You've been doing a very good job with those compilation videos.
It's hard.
The shits on the Twitter's been hard. That's all Drip. That's all Drip. Anybody that loves your predictions champ, that you better be giving him props to that and say fuck this. This don't mean shit. Real niggas let you know this don't mean shit. Throw this in the fucking garbage for real. Throw this in the garbage for real.
No, it's going to the garbage.
Wait a minute, Alundra.
You said what?
Subscribe, motherfucker.
Facts.
That's the point.
No,
That's the
What
point of
you
me
doing?
creating those videos.
Subscribe
that's facts.
and share. it.
Bring the people and to
Yo,
remind them of the
share it.
moments. I mean,
dear people, fans, and folks, I swear to God, we're gonna get to wrestling.
No, I was gonna say. So we there. So Roman catches the COVID. So the fatal 4-way turns into a fatal 5-way. That was the best match of the night.
yeah, that was my favorite. I thought it was.
Usos New Day was hard. Usos
Yep,
New Day was a hard
always.
match.
That's always.
That was a hard, but like this match in particular was hard.
I don't
The Fatal
remember
Five-Way?
anything else.
Or the New Day. The New Day, they've always had better matches. This was still a good match. Again, they, like Pam says, they never had bad matches.
I don't remember anything else.
Everybody became Liv Morgan fans.
Drew
You know why though?
McIntyre. It was a Drew McIntyre showcase against Madcap Moss.
A Drew McIntyre showcase, exactly.
Kid Bro versus Street Profits was underwhelming. It could have been a little bit better.
That was Amigos showcase. but
So
keep
I
going.
thought that was ill because they had
Ric Flair was not happy.
but they had the Street
Mind you.
Profits working heel.
They were super heel.
That's why, yeah. Nah, not a fan of that.
Shout
And
to
they showed up
Bianca
with
Belair
Jersey.
for getting her man and her man's right.
And
Their
right,
jerseys the next day though.
the jerseys. Yes.
That shit.
Oh, if you go to her YouTube after you watch this on YouTube, go to Bianca Belair YouTube. I saw she was sewing.
Yeah, that what you do. That's
She was
definitely
sewing.
Sewing and
Snake.
Becky Lynch come out there and anybody raggedy ass fur.
Edge versus Miz was whack. Yeah.
That shit was ass.
it was Edge.
Big Mike the whole time was like, yeah, this is boring.
That shit was
Boring.
ass. How's that the fucking death match? What they call that shit? The dead spot? What they call that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garbage.
The
The
pistol.
Liv Morgan Becky was
The
good
pisser.
No.
because Liv
Yeah,
Morgan carried that match.
that match was terrible.
Shouts to Liv
Becky
Morgan.
Lynch sucks, yo.
Becky Lynch is
Yeah.
garbage.
Becky Lynch sucks, yo.
wait, cuz. And
Nah, say it again.
This is
Say
what
it
I was
again.
saying. This is what I was saying the other day when you said Becky Lynch is as bad as Britt Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Did you
no.
watch?
No,
I
hold
She's
felt
on.
better than Britt
bad for
Baker, but not by
Liv.
much.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I felt bad for Liv.
Explain
better
that. No,
than-
definitely explain
better
that.
She's better than Britt Baker. She's better than Britt Baker.
How so? How
She-
so? On what planet?
She has a talent. It's just not much of it.
You been talking to Seth? I'm sorry.
Let me show you why they call me the man.
You are.
Yo.
No, she has a talent. She has talent. She's just
AKA
not.
Penny.
She's just not great. I thought it was. I thought Liv. Liv did her thing.
Math is right. When you see her like do little stuff, it's good, but like what's supposed to be like her big offense, or it's
It
nothing
stinks.
splashy. Again, it's all bland and like whereas like Liv Morgan,
Like
Again,
I can believe. I can
live or
believe
die
a lot
with
of it.
every move she does, or every spot or every bump she takes. It's like, oh, that's like it's over now, or oh, she finally got it. Like she did like the sunset flip power bomb.
She did a lot of shit in there that I thought was. I'm like, oh, okay, live out here working. She's working. It just wasn't. It wasn't good.
I didn't like the match at all. I don't enjoy Becky Lynch matches.
Oh, neither do I.
That really
But
is.
you-
That's it for me.
But you guys saw after that was Big Mike was invested in that match, and then after he's like, it's no, like he's like, so it's the same as it was 20 years ago. He went on a whole tirade. He's like, look, I'm on the pod. Give me Mike Sempervivi's number. I gotta talk about this shit. He was fed up. He's like, no wonder the Reigns are in the fucking toilet. Like, look what happens. You have like a babyface that does all the work, and then the boring heel wins. Like, and I'm like, this is wrestling Twitter every fucking day. He doesn't know that though.
Yeah, they did give Edge and Miz a lot of time. They gave them.
I think that made up for the.
That was the longest
Roman
match in the
Reigns.
card. They got 20
I think-
minutes.
Damn, was it really?
Yeah, I think they had it like
Wow, yeah, that's crazy.
Even with that weird, like they gave the Drew McIntyre Madcap Moss match had like
That
a
was
weird
longer.
Raw segment at
That
the
was a
beginning of it.
stinker. That was a
Ass cat.
stinker.
Ass
I didn't
cat.
think
Ass
it was
cat.
bad. I just didn't care about it.
Because you knew Drew was gonna win. You knew he was just gonna mop that motherfucker up.
Absolutely. I didn't think that was bad. The only thing I really didn't enjoy on the card was the Becky Liv match. I was cool with everything else.
I think they played the
real quick. My favorite video game of all time.
Tell him.
Ninja Gaiden.
You stupid.
Real niggas that listen to the podcast should know. If I know one thing about Brother Fame, he loved that nigga loved him some Tekken.
My man Brian, nigga Kofi came out in the Brian Fury hookup.
He had the crown on and everything.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite fighter on Tekken.
And then Xavier was king. Man, listen. And then low key, Paducah aka Rick O'Shea.
I thought you were talking about the TVA.
And we forgot about that match. Sheamus beat two guys by himself.
Whoa, Rick O'Shea was Jin Kazama.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
That was it.
I'm getting out of here, dog.
I did call before the match. I did call what's homegirl that was calling NXT Edge's wife. I called Edge's wife showing up before
Beth Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. She liked the Tonka, yo.
Who cares? Like who? She looked like
Tatanka.
Nah, it was OG Johnny 5. Shouts out to the A Show. He said that she looked like one of the characters out of what the fuck what's the hell's the name of that game? That Horizon Dawn, yeah. That PS4 game, yeah. With the fucking braid up on the side. It looked like one of them characters out that shit. That was
appropriation? Keep going. I'm sorry, don't worry about it.
No, they try to look like Vikings, like because he was on that show for a little bit, but that's what they try to look like.
Oh, why? So that was day one?
Yeah, that was it.
Brock Lesnar. So out of that, Drew McIntyre got injury angled out. They beat him with a pole.
Yeah, they said his cervix.
With a pole.
They beat him with a pole in his cervix. He'll be going for a bit.
Okay, what happens to Matt every night?
Yeah, he got beat, and they took it was a big pole too. They got that shit from the back, and they
I'm out of here.
Bye. He said, my cervix, my cervix, no, my cervix.
But they say it's supposed to be a short-term injury. It's just
I wouldn't know.
Well, all right.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, he's so childish, yo.
Jesus Christ. Because it's funny because Roman Reigns got knocked out of day one because he caught the COVID, but now he's ready for SmackDown. Brock Lesnar wins the title, but he's still a free agent.
It's Brock.
He wants. Yeah.
It's Brock.
I mean, he shows up and he wins.
All right, wait. So now we have to have a conversation.
Yeah, no. Thank you, brother fam. At IlFam79 on your social media choice. After day one, shit. There was a picture of Big E that I should have grabbed, but I'm gonna grab it now.
Yo,
sad Big E.
Yeah, he's mastered that. Remember when they broke New Day up and he was sitting on the rope and
upset.
Like you should make that face when that nigga cut your. Boy, I'm sorry.
The thing is, I mean, shouts to him for being. That's just him being a very good pro wrestler, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go. I mean, I'm sorry. L pre-production, but it'll make sense in a second.
So
It'll all make sense in a second.
when it happened,
Was crying.
you were angry.
Me?
Yes.
You said me?
I mean, wasn't I?
Yeah. You was tight.
You was pissed. This.
Yes, that was really good.
You wasn't mad when you saw Big E on the out because this is him dejected. He was upset because it was a fatal 4-way that became a fatal 5-way because Roman caught the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And he just lost the belt to Brock Lesnar. And mind you, the conversation on Twitter, regardless of anything, is it's Brock Lesnar. Shut the fuck up.
I think that's what antagonized Matthew even more. It's that it is Brock Lesnar.
It's Brock Lesnar. This is what he does. Don't worry. Accept it.
Until but for how long?
That's a good question.
Mania.
Mania.
But you do know, no. I mean, in totality. How long did Hulk Hogan's reign of terror last?
Let's not compare.
That's not what. Hold on. Let me.
Hey yo.
So it's still going on.
How long did Terry Bollea's reign of terror last? It lasted long enough for no other stars to be brought into the fold.
You're not wrong.
You see what I'm saying? And this is similar to me. Because we keep going with the obvious. So of course I'm picking Brock Lesnar. What the fuck you mean?
Fuck. I should have picked Brock Lesnar.
That's the thing. I think we all knew but didn't want to admit it. Am I right in saying that? Because it's like
100%.
Like they're not. I'm like they're going to do it, but they're not really going to do it, right?
Match, Drip. Nobody. I didn't think he was beating Bobby.
So the
I
ill
thought
part
they were going
is
to cancel each other out and
the
Biggie retained.
pivot-
That's what I thought was going to happen.
the pivot was ill. So word on the street is he was supposed to win.
Right.
So
that's what niggas was thinking.
Then they ran.
I didn't subscribe to that. I'm sorry. I did not subscribe to that though.
They run it back the next night. I'm assuming they are running back the match that we were supposed to get
right
the night before. However, I think what ends up happening is because of the first pivot, we get a second pivot, which is technically a travel. But don't worry about that because I have taken this analogy way too far.
That's good. That's good.
But I think it got us to a better place. I've been asking for the Bobby Brock match for quite some time.
Does it have us in a better place regardless of the result?
No.
Because
you could have had Bobby Brock without the title.
I'm saying regardless of the result of the Bobby Brock match.
I don't know if I care about the results of that match.
Do you want me to speak freely?
Please do.
Shit, this is your show, nigga.
Well, but I mean, because niggas do not.
5 years coming up.
Shouts out Royal Rumble is the end of this month. From what I understand, regardless of what happened at day one, the plan for WrestleMania is locked. You feel what I'm saying? There was a lot of shit that got switched up because Roman caught the COVID and they had to call an audible that worked because niggas are still talking about Brock Lesnar getting that title. But either way, the plan that they have for WrestleMania is still in lock. So regardless of how hype you get about what happened and what you think might have deviated the course of action, the plan for WrestleMania is still in lock. So they're going to get to where whatever was about to happen is about to happen regardless of what you want. It could be good for some people, but it might be terrible for some others.
You mean the others is us?
The others might be you.
Well, I think what Matt is saying is it better if
we get Bobby versus Brock finally, but Brock's going to retain. So how are we in a better place?
Right.
What
if we're getting the same result?
Because regardless of the result, the direction
we got that match
is getting that match first, and then and what's weird is we're getting that match at Rumble, right?
Oh, that's a Rumble match.
So
That's
I don't know. I honestly, we really don't know where
That's
the
a
car is
million match.
going because let's be honest. As I thought, first of all, I'm going to say I liked. I thought it was a cool show.
Day one
Day One, I
overall.
thought it was a good show. I liked it.
The main event saved that show.
However, it is a place filler because now the results of that pay-per-view almost don't matter because everything really starts at Rumble.
Right.
So I do think it's weird. I think we're gonna get something schmazzy with MVP or Heyman or a combination of the two and Roman. Who knows?
And that's the thing we're leaving out is Monday, Heyman showing up with Lesnar, them cutting the amazing segment together where Brock Lesnar called Roman Reigns his buddy twice.
That's fucked up.
And then Paul Heyman said that Roman Reigns caught the COVID because he wasn't around anymore.
Drip, before this weekend, I'm gonna get you a link to some Amazon stuff to get you. I cannot with this mic with this fucking. If you a champion, my nigga, you need to sound like a champion. That's all I'm saying.
It's just a placeholder.
It's just a place. No, all right, but this is what I'm saying,
champ.
Fam. I feel what you're saying, but I think the thing is this. I think that this is the thing that people need to think about because you like the WWE is going to serve what they want to do while giving you what they want. Think about this, y'all. Everybody's conversation was, we've never seen Bobby Lashley and Lesnar. They reference it on Raw. We've never seen these two interact at all. That's the match everybody wants. But guess what? That match is not what they were going for. They were not even writing WrestleMania for this match to be in a place at all. So you know what? You're gonna get whatever the fuck they want, and because they know what they want to do, they're gonna give you the match you want to do. And you know what? That match ain't gonna mean shit come the night after that match happens. Trust me.
Here's my question: when is WWE its best?
Right now.
WWE is in its bag when they're being reactionary and not proactive. When they are reacting to what their fans have told them, they react or have to pivot 1 foot because the second one is a travel.
Facts.
Facts. They've given us amazing things over the course of history, Kofi Mania, so on and so forth.
Right.
I'll say this. I'll pose this question. Let's say he wins the match, right?
Which match?
The Rumble.
Did you say which match, Matthew?
Raw.
Oh, the Fatal 4-Way.
Let's say he wins Raw.
Okay.
Which I think he winning Raw makes it makes more sense at the Rumble because I see Lashley Lesnar as more of a Mania match, but that is also part of the problem. Is if we got Brock at Rumble, we would have known who was going to win easily.
Correct.
Let me ask you a question though. I'm sorry. This is going to derail, but when
this is our show
on Raw.
Pardon my undercarriage.
That's fucking disgusting. You should be. That's a violation. Thank you, sir.
And this is the man that tried to say he was the champ. Come on.
That's a fucking violation. Put your goddamn leg down. On Raw, Brock Lesnar.
Your numbers.
Brock Lesnar showed up with the title for that show, and they said, "Brock Lesnar, you won the title. What the fuck is you about to do?" And he was like, "Yo, catch me on Smack." He ain't even thinking about what the fuck is going on Raw. He's thinking about Roman. His conversation was about Roman Reigns and showing up on SmackDown. And now, crazy, we're recording on Thursday. Roman Reigns is good enough with the COVID to go out on SmackDown. I mean, come on. They're letting you know what's about to happen. I don't care what's about to happen at Rumble.
It's almost like a guy proposing to his girlfriend, and then you find out they're not together, and then now he's this other wrestler. I mean, it's almost like they work us sometimes.
That got weird. I got weed.
He's singing Drake lyrics right
This
now.
nigga snitching right here.
How much you been drinking Moscato drip?
I'm just saying, it's a work at the end of the day. It's all it is.
It's always a work. It's always a work. You know what wasn't a work? Swole going out on her podcast and saying, "Hey, this shit is crazy. There's some things that need to be changed." Now, it's dominated. Let's take it back. There's been a conversation about diversity in AEW that we've been having on our podcast.
That they started themselves at their first event.
They led with that. They definitely page 2 of their fucking PDF was, we are very diverse. We have look, Brandy Rhodes is the chief brand officer. That's the first black executive.
Was she at the upfronts?
Yes.
She was at the upfronts. Nyla Rose was at the upfronts.
Nyla Rose was not at the upfronts because she was brown.
That's what I'm saying. Nyla Rose, but Nyla Rose does touch the LGBTQ, the transgender, as well as she is black. She does identify as black. Sunny Kiss was there. There were there were a couple of other women. Yes, there were another people that they have at the. I'd have to go back to the images, but there were a number of people that they had that.
You know what I remember from the upfronts?
Who?
Hangman Page and Chris Jericho.
They were there as well, as was Cody Rhodes.
They were the guys that were. They told you who they were then.
Yeah, it was the Elite and their wives, Jericho, Britt Baker, who.
But you can't sleep on the fact that they did say that we are diverse. They put that in Front Street. That's why niggas have been upset for throughout Dynamite's tenure on TNT into them hitting TBS now. Like, niggas have been upset because they sold you something that ended up not being true. I'm sorry, the numbers don't say that. I apologize.
No, it's a difference. And here's the thing. They sold us on diversity, and they gave us a bunch of
BS diversity,
non-white folks doing things. A bunch of non-white folks doing things. Here's
diversity
the problem.
Is the wrong word.
Here's the problem, and this is what Swole was really talking about. Is it isn't a diversity issue? It's black people.
Correct.
It is. Now, here's the thing. Is we've been waiting in line longer than most.
right?
That being the case, when we hear diversity, we claim it first because that's the language they use when they want to, he's a diversity hire.
Word.
Shout out,
Affirmative action and all that shit. This nigga right here, Diversity Day head ass. Look at him.
Diversity Day.
Wait, you see how happy he is to be the fucking champion on over 3 black people on the podcast?
Whoa! Wait a minute!
Very
Wait a
funny.
minute! I'm getting out of here.
He's out of here. But the issue,
There's a lot of pain that goes with holding this title drip. I want you to know. All right.
The issue becomes with us as black wrestling fans wanting to see more people that look like us on TV, which is what Swole was talking about, word daughter and all that. My nigga, we've been waiting in line the longest, my nigga. So that is why you get such a reaction. And then this nigga, Tony Khan, come with, well, I got black friends. You know what I'm saying?
He did the I'd have black wrestlers as the promoter, which is like...
Hold up. Where the fuck is the tweet? Because this shit is...
So, hey, Jay Cargill's wrestling for the title next week.
This
What do you
nigga
want from me?
He said top 2 AW execs are brown, me and Mega. Jade, Bowens, Caster, Dante, Nyla, Isaiah, and Mark Quinn all won on TV this month. All won on TV this month. I let Swole's wait, we'll get to the rest of this shit. So, mind you, I don't have copies of everything Swole said because Swole said a lot. On her podcast, she explained why she left AEW. She essentially, it came out to being her heart stopped being in it. That's a direct quote. A lot of this is what she said. She went into her exit interview with AEW because when niggas get corporate, when you have to get let go from a job, you have to have a conversation with HR. I don't know if people know all this stuff. And that's usually called an exit interview. There's an episode of The Office that clearly, you basically get to be like, hey, what would you do to change work life? What have you seen that was maybe egregious to you? Whatever the fuck. You get to talk your shit in that interview. And she let him know, look, the fans of the company don't take criticism well, she said. Certain ones. She led with this. That sounds like a toxic environment online with a certain fan base with the AEW. I mean, people have called it cult. Like, shouts to Terry. Shouts out to King Trady over at We Love Wrestling for having me and a couple of other dope folks, Brian H. Waters, Spice Spiegel. There's a number of dope people. We had a conversation about this, and the one thing that came out when talking about the AEW fan base was them being cult-like. They latch on to shit quick. Leech that shit. You know what I'm saying? She said she said internally the structure's off. And then she went into specifics. She said she feels like the women shouldn't have gone through everything they went through to get on TV or just to get time. There's a lot of men that were getting time. But the women just they is she talking about Britt Baker having to bleed on TV? Like how deep is she going into in terms of the women having to go to a certain length just to get on TV like they do, which is a segment or two.
If you look at that image, it's purely constructed to be like, look what we did. Look at her face. This is real. They won't do that over there.
That's when people really started flocking to the women's wrestling on AEWs when Britt Baker was fucking.
Or in Thunder Rosa had that, yeah. Like,
shouts to
if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Shouts to Thunder Rosa. She said, well, and the crazy thing was she was when Tony Khan talks about diversity, he talks about how many people they have wrestling. Again, he mentioned a number of black people that were on TV winning matches. And Swole let it be clear. She said, you have all these people sitting around having 2 to 3 minute matches on Dark, but that doesn't keep me happy. Shoveling more money people also doesn't keep people happy. You got to remember, in the world of pro wrestling, people want to feel like they're able to advance at some point. If you're not telling them you're going to be a nameless face on the show. I mean, I don't want to disrespect Sean Dean, but I watched Dynamite. Sean Dean was one of the folks that was speaking with AEW about what AEW does for diversity. Correct. Sean, I was doing something, and was it Sean Dean was in the ring? He was having a match with MJF. MJF goes to
there. MJF is coming down, and the match the bell rings.
The bell rings, and then immediately CM Punk runs to the ring. They're like, "What the fuck going on?" MJF runs up the ramp, and I'm like, "Oh, I guess it's just whatever." They're just gonna start talking because I know that. What's up?
Oh shit! Tony Khan is Ted DiBiase.
Oh,
and all the black talent is Hold on, yo.
Oh my god.
That was good. Thank you, brother. At IlFan7 on your social media choice. That was good. That was a good one.
Oh gosh.
He's legit just like, did this dude just did this to me?
So
No, so CM Punk hit Sean Dean with
wait, because I don't watch AEW when it's happening, but I knew that MJF and CM Punk had a back and forth. All I saw was that they had a back and forth. I didn't realize that CM Punk hit Sean Dean with the GTS, so it was a disqualification on MJF, so Sean Dean could win the match. Because then Tony Khan is on Twitter talking about, "Oh my God, Sean Dean is the first person to get blah 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 blah, blah, blah whatever fucking diversity stats he thinks is fucking going on." Like,
speaking of reactionary,
What, like, this is the message you're sending, and because the thing is those goofy white motherfuckers that's sitting there singing the Chris Jericho music and fucking hey hoeing when all the shit's going on. They're the ones that be like, yeah,
was there too.
Fucking A, bro. Sean Dean won the match, bro. He got GTS and he fucking beat Jam. Like this is not
that sounded like
diversity.
Lil Fan
This
for a
is-
second. You gotta
this is-
relax.
Wow, I did not say that. The views of your champion drip is solely
Bro.
solely the views of your champ drip. But either way, it does not make any sense. You can't tell me that this man is connected with your culture.
Nah, so I there's a story going on in the NFL that the Jag fans are going to show up
God damn it, Matt, I knew it.
the stadium this week and dressed as AEW clowns. And
Like Doink?
yes, so yeah,
Hold
Jag-
Pink, stink. Two women.
Doink.
Pink and stink.
It
So
was for them niggas, yeah.
so let me ask, what did you guys think of the Punk and MJF interaction this week?
That shit was ass.
Not its best. The line about being released was clever in terms of a shot because again, this is what the 6th, 7th that's happened in the.
These niggas.
Oh,
Outstanding.
hey, it's us.
What? No. Nope.
Why?
This is drip. This is dripping the droplets.
Drip in the droplets is great.
Yeah, that's when I created the droplets because it's.
I created the drop.
droplets.
Any droplet out. If you associate yourself with being a droplet, you wildin'.
You're a
Yo.
droplet, Cal. Come on.
So I
Eat a
didn't.
dick, nigga.
Wow.
I beg your pardon.
All right, so this is the line, right? This is the line right here. This is the line. Cal, this is you, right? This is the line. This is you. This is you.
Nah. He that was a softball. What? Ah, yeah. Nah, that was.
I'm out of here.
This is the most Jersey thing you may have ever said on the podcast. So
Well, AEW was in Jersey. I don't know why Cal wasn't at the show.
I
because,
did-
Why would I be at the Jersey show for AEW? I'm not there any other week.
So I didn't hate the promos this week. They weren't the best that they've been,
Exactly.
but what I started to see is, and it reminded me, and I said this, it reminds me of Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt was coming out and he was ripping the microphone up every week. It was the coolest thing we'd seen in a while. It's very different. It's a cool character. And then it kept doing it. And they kept doing it. And they're like, hold on, what is this nigga talking about? All right, why is he talking? You know what? I don't care. And the problem here is we learned that Punk is fighting Wardlow soon. Is if it isn't building it, this is since before Thanksgiving.
Right around Thanksgiving, yeah.
This shit is ass.
Fam, you know what it is? It's not this feud. It's every MJF feud. Cody Rhodes, remember they had to do all the challenges just to get to the match. Moxley was the same thing. He did like all those.
That's a good point.
campaigns.
That is a good point.
And then Chris Jericho, they had to team up, and then
This
feud.
is
They had
literally
build-ups
MJF,
before that.
Chris
But
Jericho.
MJF never has like 2 or 3 build-up matches. He has the one they did the 6-man tag.
like, who
but-
was you? Who was you? Well, I gotta
What?
fight 4 niggas to fight you. Who was you?
Right.
You
the
you
problem is-
mediocre
the
at
face-
best, bitch.
The face does all the work, so they can finally get their hands on MJF. That's
the
point of
problem
feud.
here is I don't think that this match is going to deliver. I think this
No.
match is not.
No.
It's going to have problems because Punk is just old.
He's washed.
MJF isn't good enough to carry something.
Say it, man. Say it, man.
They should have moved. What I feel, they should have moved. They should have switched Punk and Bryan Danielson. They should have
No.
switched them,
You lead
or
that
just
Bryan
left Punk
Danielson.
out.
MJF will beat Punk to then move to Hangman Page. That's the point of this
because
feud.
these
No,
niggas is
no,
1A, 1B, best heels in
I
the
know.
company right now.
No, I understand all of that shit.
Shit, goofy.
They should have switched them to. If you're looking to elevate MJF, this shit ain't gonna elevate him. It's not. It's gonna
No.
it's gonna leave him in the same spot. So if you're looking to elevate him, you would have to elevate him in the ring.
I don't think so, because he's killing Punk.
Where?
On the mic. Every time they get there, this nigga Punk get mad for real. Last night when
he is getting mad for real.
The Miz Mania main event.
When he gave that WrestleMania a main event bar, that nigga was.
Cause every time I've
that was me and Matt an hour ago. That's how mad it was.
Who was mad?
That either. Keep going.
Was mad?
Keep going.
Every time I see like a recap or something like that, it's CM Punk's bar in MJF.
You know why? Because they're pointing you to those bars.
I'm not watching.
But what I'm saying is,
I'm not watching AEW's highlights. I'm watching like actual people recapping this shit.
But every time they come out, this nigga MJF is washing Punk. Punk is getting washed out there. Punk is
PG Punk.
Punk's bars are written.
Hate to say it.
Punk, and
after that first one, he barred him up the first one. Ever since then, he sees it's been a downhill slide. Like,
the problem is that MJF keeps getting over when he's not supposed to, because he's good at this promo thing.
You know what the real problem is? I keep trying to tell y'all, but y'all don't want to listen. Just like I didn't care about the Hardy Boys walking their asses out when they did like 5 years ago. Just like I didn't care at the end of the day about CM Punk returning to pro wrestling AEW. At a certain point, they are old dudes that aren't with the times. Like, who gives? Like, of course they're gonna look like a bunch of suckers. It's fucking CM Punk. Like, MJF is lapping this motherfucker in terms of a promo. He's just not with it. He's not with it. He can't talk like these niggas is talking right now. He look old when they wrestling. And if you tell me I'm supposed to applaud the black guy getting a win over MJF because he got GTS by this cat that is getting waxed by MJF from the mic, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You fucking trolling Tony Khan, TK. I don't want to say peace to Big Swole for speaking her mind, because that's how we started. And the sad part is a lot of the shit that she said gets overlooked.
Here's the problem. She actually, for the most part of that, spoke glowingly. But of course,
she spoke very highly of AEW.
The type of sensitive millionaire type nigga that would respond to tweets that Tony Khan saw the little bit of opposite he did. And
he saw headlines. He didn't read what she said. He couldn't have.
Correct. And that's the problem, is he goes to that, and then he's reactionary. And then you are talking about a company who has, in the last week or 2 weeks, in front of all these very, very, very white crowds, referred to multiple black women as the B word in a positive way, supposedly positive way.
Posters in the fans.
Yo, your tone deafness is ridiculous at this point. Fam, you gotta really just rethink your product, and you need some black voices in that room. Someone has to tell you, Someone's got to tell you,
Because you don't think if let's say you at your job, right? And your supervisor comes out. You and your supervisor are cool. You know what I mean? Roderick, whatever the fuck you said your man's name was. Y'all cool and shit. And he's let's say he's a brown guy, whatever the fuck.
Mexican?
He says, yeah.
All right.
So he says something that's
shit, that nigga know how to make tacos.
He says something that's out of line. Not even being the black voices in the room. Let's say he mentions you though. He bigs you up, but says something that's out of line.
Forget my nigga face.
Would you not come and say, like, listen, this is what's, instead of standing up for your mans in public and making everybody else look bad? You know what I'm saying? You understand where I'm going?
So here's the difference, right? Is that in this situation, he's the boss, right? So the tough part about that is you don't know how that nigga's going to react to this criticism. You saw how he overreacted to Swole. So now you overreacting. Now this nigga might look at you as a nigga on the other team. This is why he's terrible. Niggas tried to tell me he was a better person than Vince McMahon. Them niggas is the same. Them niggas is the same number on the number line, just on opposite ends.
Right.
Yeah. Look, Tony Khan is not.
No, but again, like,
he's Kendall Roy.
Somewhat, yeah. He didn't take criticism well when the sparklers went off at the end of the barbed wire death match. Remember, he took all the video down off Twitter because he didn't want to be made fun of. Ha ha! Like, you're ending. You're like, no, that was part of the angle. It was the story all along. Like, no, you thought that would have played better than it did, but the internet flamed you, and you being the rich boy, you're like, why? I want it my way. This isn't going my way.
Remember, Jericho fell into them boxes. Now, I'm gonna say this under the.
So again, how does he have his money? His daddy. Where does daddy give money to? Trump. I'm not saying he might lean up, but again, like,
and worse than that, the Jaguars. I'm sorry.
Well, so he had a job with the Jaguars. Everyone said he didn't know shit when he was in the department there. He has a job. He has a position at Fulham, the soccer team. Everyone ridiculed his analytics over there too. He's this guy that bought his way into wrestling. Legit. He was like, everyone, there's all this talk when the people that have the money they should. He did. There was that Forbes article and they said, like, Shad Khan's like, I'm going to leave you and your sister some money, but you should spend some of it now because when I die, there will be more. So go ahead and just spend some of it now.
Shad Khan looks like a legit movie villain.
Yes, with the mustache.
Shad Khan is crazy.
So he saw the Elite. They needed a backer because ROH wasn't willing to give them the control they wanted. They're like, yeah, all in's good, but like, we can't let you have all the decisions. We're still a company run by a company at the end of the day, like Sinclair and all that. Like, he funds their dream, but then again, he wants all the control. He wants to be Paul Heyman, Vince McMahon, Eric Bischoff. He wants to do all the press conferences. He wants to make all the angles. He wants to talk all the talk. And that cult mentality is. He's not Eric Bischoff in terms of putting himself on TV. He's sparingly done that. But again, when he does, he gets ridiculed for his live on Dynamite, live on Dynamite. Like, it's not shocking to hear him go at Swole the way he did in terms of, like, he didn't like what he was hearing. So, I'm going to talk shit back. Like, everything's pointed to that direction.
It was wild Trumpy.
Yeah. I knew it
super
right
Trumpy.
Well, actually, yeah.
He didn't give a shit, and this shit is still up.
Because he has to stand by it. Because if he deletes it, that shows that he's really a fucking coward.
I let Swole's contract expire as I felt her wrestling wasn't good enough.
I don't.
And then had enough room to hype up the street fight.
That again, what happened in that street fight was put with these women that were.
It was a whole knee up on somebody.
Better than Swole, these women allegedly. I mean, shouts in for like going all out. Like, she put the barbed wire in her arm and then choked the girl out. Like, that was insane. But still, Big Swole wrapped the chain around and then perfect.
Come on, Swole said, "Look, y'all got to figure out a better way to showcase the women, and if you're talking about really being diverse, you got to have some representation for people." She literally said, "There's no representation for people like me backstage," and
this is where we got to stop using these terms. These little phony diversity. No, say, nigga, I want more black people here because you're
right.
Built on black people. So that being the case, Swole made Brit.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Shouts to Swole.
Shout out to
Swole.
Swole. Young auntie.
There were a lot of people that had made comments. I saw Leo Rush that spoke out. Powerhouse Hobbs had something to say. Britt Baker was retweeting and liking.
Hobbs is up for Rocket in the next Guardians movie.
I'm not a fan of that man like that. There you go. There you go. Piece of Swole. You already know, though. Y'all should already know anyway. Now, did y'all watch Dynamite?
Yeah.
The first episode on TBS?
They did numbers.
They did their thing. I mean, hey.
Page Hangman. I mean, Hangman Page and Bryan Danielson too was fucking
Very
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
It's very. I like this better than a long match.
I had to run the other one back and then this as well, but yeah, I would kind of agree with what Fam said.
They both got color. It was cool. I wasn't mad.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson said, I'm going to die tonight.
That's his first win. His first loss.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it don't matter no more. It's good. It's good they got it out the way. But that was it's a good way to lose that match, I guess. He larried the fuck out that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
And he hit him with the gentrification stomp.
The whole time they were setting up like Danielson was working his arm, so when he would hit the lariat, it wouldn't do any damage. It was smartly
Just a match.
Booked match. And yeah, the color, like again, Bryan Danielson, like, no, I just want to fucking bleed. Like,
It told a good story. Even if it's still.
Eventually, we had to had this conversation about Bryan Danielson. He trying to chisel his face on that Mount Rushmore, champ.
Brian H. Waters has him there on his personal, but he's not wrong in terms of having them up there and overall.
He's going crazy. I'm going to tell you, he's the best thing on their TV.
Facts.
He is perfect every time he comes out there. When he was the little baby face, we believed it and we wanted him to be. And now that he's the heel, we hate him respectfully. And he's putting on every time he comes out of that curtain. You gotta get up to it.
No one plays the come on, like cheer me on baby face and the I'm the better than you heel.
Mind you, within 365 days, this nigga has main events in the other company where he was phenomenal there. He's the only person at this point in time that has killed it both places. You know what I'm saying?
Literally last WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
He's the reason for Kofi Mania. He told niggas he wanted to put Kofi over. Listen, shout out to Daniel Bryan. He's dope. The goddamn hiccups.
Jade Cargill won.
Shout out to her. Congratulations.
Tony Khan's like, see?
Yeah.
See that?
Again, which sucks.
See what I did?
But she was gonna win before.
It was already in the cards, yeah.
I kind of thought from the beginning it was designed for her to win.
Yeah.
I know people would say like, why have someone not as experienced be the first ever champion? But that's only she can make the title. She'll be able to.
It's also not the world title.
Yeah.
Did the finish to that match look a little nervous to y'all?
She was smart not to go to the top rope, but I don't think Ruby Soho got in the right position to fall.
The way she landed looked a little nervous to me.
I think she tried to break her fall more than.
I'm glad everybody was okay.
I think Ruby Soho is going to be really important to that women's division.
She needs to be.
Yeah,
they need someone like her.
I think, and I think I've said this before, is that I'm disconnecting with the concept of companies ruining people as much as sometimes people are better fit other places. And I feel like Ruby Soho is a better fit here for this women's division as it comes along, and it gives her a chance to be an advanced worker in a fledgling division. So when they're coming up, she looks good, but she's making people look good and she's making people. And I think she's going to be really, really important to that division as it happens over time, as it progresses.
No,
And on the
makes
flip
sense.
side of the big Swole thing, most important being the representation and diversity talk was this is finally someone saying that the grass isn't greener on AEW. So when she speaks out about it, the criticism of being misused, the AEW fans didn't like hearing that. It's the first time they heard it where every time Moxley, Malachi Black, Miro, Andrade, FTR, they come over, it started off good, then it nosedived, and now we're looking to be used how we should.
Hey, yo, also shout out to Brian Danielson coming over and not needing to slander. CM Punk is still slandering the company.
Adam Cole also, hasn't really said anything as well, but Daniel Bryan again hasn't said, because he's like,
Adam Cole. Adam Cole. Why he got the sleeves off his shirts?
because you gotta show off the guns.
The guns. He looked like a little.
All right, sassy Cal.
What's his man's with the mustache? What's that man's name?
Look
What's
at you,
his man?
boy.
What's the man's with the mustache name?
Bobby Fish.
Why he the one that looked like need to be the leader? He looks like the legit pro wrestler.
60.
Because he has a defined look. I think
Because he got 2 grandkids.
Kyle
That's
O'Reilly's
fine.
on this man's right side look like anybody's henchman.
he looks sleepy. He always looked like
He looks
That's
sleepy.
because he got diabetes. He does.
That why he looked. He got the sugar.
Yeah.
That's why he always.
He looks sleepy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
He's legit. Yeah.
He's
he
got
has
diabetes. And then I think the problem is right, and because perception is a really big part of pro wrestling, is even though we know what the history is Cole looks like a guy. I'm talking just aesthetically.
Oh yeah, no.
He's just a little guy with long hair. and
Just a little
bunch of
guy.
baby
Yeah.
oil.
Yeah.
He just looks like a
Shut
guy.
up, Cal.
So somebody little boy, yeah, it's weird. Nah,
Look at
because
this
the way
little
he had
boy.
the way he had the shit cut on, it looked weird. I'm looking at that promo like, who cares? Who are you intimidating? By?
I think they haven't, but I don't know if they've really done anything there yet. I think
It's all
they're
once Kenny
building
Omega comes back.
internally, but they're
Yeah.
building some internal thing right now.
Yeah,
And-
his beef is, or the conversation is them and the Young Bucks beefing because they want to go one way and Adam
But-
Cole wants to go the other way or
They're
whatever.
building up for Omega to come back, Elite versus Undisputed Era, or whatever they'll call it. That's what it's building towards.
The problem is none of this storytelling is good enough to the point where like I can't see what's happening. So it just do the shit. It all like they're gonna take 6 months to build out the shit that I already know what the fuck is gonna happen. Come on.
Remember what Terry said? It's 2 weeks of this. We come back 3 months later, be like, remember when this happened?
Remember when Ray Fenix fucking dislocated his elbow on TV?
On an unnecessary spot to Dinosaur Jr.
Why? They did not need to do that.
Fam, you have the loudest snap. Them bugles is wild loud.
It was nerds. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, I was gonna say that didn't sound like people. That sounded like small.
I
things,
didn't
yeah.
hit the mute. I apologize. I was good the rest of the night. I'm sorry. I apologize.
But I think I'm okay with that though. I'm okay with tell me a small story and you can tell me a long story, especially when you're paying things off. That's one of the things I feel like they do way better than WWE, because WWE be like, it never happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, you're dreaming. No,
Right. No, right.
Which is the worst thing about it. They can call so many amazing things back and never
No.
do it.
That's literally day one. WWE is very good at taking Brock Lesnar and have him insert himself into something and turn it into magic. It happened. The whole question is now fucking what? You're lucky that it's not going to matter as much, but that's what they're very good at. They're not as good at
Also, hear there's a
3
Saudi
months
show.
of booking.
I also hear there's a Saudi show in February.
But no, don't,
February?
You think they could have, or Biggie could have said like, he took the belt from Kofi, he took it from me. Like,
We're not finished though.
I know
Yeah.
That's the thing.
but they
Because,
won't even play
because
that up.
we can
Really,
get into who we think is going to win the Rumble.
yeah.
And you have to remember they do not care about that as much as you do. They don't think that part is worth it enough the way you do. And the proof of that is they didn't fucking do it.
Unless it's 10 years later with the stupid with the Kofi and
They'll work it
Orton.
they'll work it into a storyline later on. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So Jay Cargill wins. Jurassic Express wins. Fucking Ray finishes arm.
That was the plan originally.
Hey, shout out to the dope moment of Jade holding her daughter at the top of the ramp.
That was good to see. Her daughter was hype.
It was weird they was showing her, but then they didn't mention her. And the weird part about that, I guess, is that she's a heel. So they don't want to make.
They mentioned the daughter,
but they did. I thought they were gonna like. I was like,
have it on TV. You mean like
right?
But no, they said like that was her daughter in the crowd.
Right.
Yeah, but they didn't do the whole like she comes in the ring with her and lifts up the belt. Like, that would have been a better.
You can't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really too much.
You can't.
But it was funny because they do that, and then the rest of the women's segment was building up.
Is Jay Cargill that much of a heel though too? It's like the Her Business thing. Is she really that much of a heel?
Yeah, she's a heel.
Black.
Oh yeah, she got a heel manager and all that. Nah, she's straight heel.
She black.
See, I came up last week that she should really lead the Pinnacle because Smart Mark's throwing her manager like in his MJF's lawyer. That she should somehow push MJF out and then take over as the leader of the Pinnacle. But they're building up Wardlow leaving anyway.
Wardlow. The whole shit is ass. Tony Atlas and these people. What's that guy's name? Jake Atlas.
Jake Atlas, sir.
Like,
you gotta relax.
Who cares about Jake Atlas?
Settle down, Kyle. Settle down.
Did he just get fucked up?
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's supposed to have a good match with Adam Cole, baby, huh?
He got injured during the match, and
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
Cole hurting niggas?
Yeah, how about that? Talk about it.
Keep talking about him, Cal. See what happens. He'll fuck you
At
up.
this point, sometimes you just gotta feed the dragon a little bit.
It happened.
I don't know if I've heard Cal say it before this week. I knew it before this week, but I don't know if Cal said it before this week. When he said, you know what, I just don't like them.
I don't.
No, he said
And
it
it's
before, yeah.
okay. I think that's okay. We as pro wrestling fans all have a preference, right? And I think that's okay. As long as we know what we dealing with. Like,
Right,
look, man,
right.
I don't like these niggas off the jump. I tell you what them niggas did. But look, I don't like these niggas. So that being the case.
The thing is, I realize with the big Swole situation and looking at the show this week, the show's not for me. They're not making pro wrestling for me. I know that. I'm not their demographic. The way they're speaking about things that have to do with me, they're not talking to me with their pro wrestling. So I can understand. I'm making my
They're
line
even trying
in
to
the sand.
appease. They're just trying to save face.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're saying, hey, look, this is where I stand in this situation. I stand here. And at a certain point, it's not going to align, and they don't give a fuck, so why should I? But I'll still watch their product, but I'm not watching it on their time and investing as much time as I would in the product that has the people that I like to see on it all the time. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, so for me, I'm slightly different. I prefer WWE because they have the history to make the type of people I want to see. You know what I mean? When there are going to be some folks coming up soon that are free agents that can pop up and they can make more of the type of stuff I want to see. But it's going to alienate a lot of their fan base because what they're going to start to realize is the folks that they came in with, a great deal of them are going to end up being placeholders, right? Some of the guys that they've built, and you know, they're going to be great, but
Who are the guys they built that aren't gone already?
well, I mean, you got your Hangman.
You mean the guys? Oh, I think you're talking
you
about
got
WWE.
your-
My bad.
No. I'm back to AEW is the guys that they've built. There are guys there now that have spots, but a lot of the folks that are there now aren't going to be around, or they're going to be relegated to dark, and it's because they realize that they make a television program first and foremost. It is really cool to feed these marks what they want. At the same time, you saw once they started to become who they were, and after kind of all the hype was died down, those numbers, they plateaued. They jumped up this week, you know what I mean? New year, new network, all that. But I think they're going to start realizing we need stars. And the type of stars that the smart wrestling fans clamor for, a lot of times aren't going to help you be on a show on TNT that follows wrestling because you want ratings. These networks want to return on their investment. You know what I'm saying? So listen, if you can do a goddamn any kind of suicidal or goddamn firefly, whatever, nigga, that's great. Can you get people to watch TV live?
And this is a big week for them. They had the TBS debut, Rampage on Friday, Battle of the Belts is Saturday. So this again is showing that
Battle of the Belts sounds a lot like Night of Champions, but keep going.
Yes, it does.
But this is not a make or break for them, but showing that Warner Media TNT is fully behind them by giving them 3 nights out of the week. So it'll be interesting to see where they are at the end of the year. How many more Battle of the Belts will we have? Will Rampage still exist? Obviously, if it doesn't.
Battle of the Belts is on TNT.
Yes, Saturday.
Interesting. I forgot that was a whole different show.
Yeah,
they're doing a lot over there. They're doing a lot,
and that's the thing you got. I mean, the shitty thing is we had our award show last week. You know, I and Fam, you picked AW as well, right, for best promotion. Then the whole big thing, the big Swole thing happens with Tony Khan and it
doesn't change my answer.
No, I'm saying, but like, it's just like this. But then you see what they're trying to do. I say like I enjoy the product they put on. I enjoy the wrestlers they have there. I'm not a fan of Tony Khan and the creators. I've never been like the creative there is amazing, or I really like how you root for like Paul Heyman. Like you can tell when some like Paul Heyman has booked something because it's amazing. Like the whole Apollo Crews, Aleister Black 20-minute match after Mania. It's like holy shit, this is still going on. Like this is amazing. Then you find out Paul Heyman did it. Like,
of course, that's
the one you want to root for. Or like TJ Wilson and the amazing matches he's produced over the course of his career as a producer. Like it's a weird thing where, and that was something that came out of day one of who produced what match. I would always like to see who produced what match. I think it'd be an interesting thing. We found out with Mania last year that the Shane Braun match was a Michael P.S. Hayes, and it felt like it. It would kind of give that film criticism review to it.
Right.
But I can see why you don't like it. I understand there are times, you guys know that I'm fed up with NXT 2.0, but this was a good week. I mean, the opening match and the final match were the best, but everything in between was the stuff I don't like.
It was at the that was a New Year's Bash. New Year's Bash is what it's called. New Year's Evil.
Carmelo Hayes became the unified North American Cruiserweight champ, and now the Cruiserweight Championship.
What's it officially called? The NXT North American title is the official title of the unified.
They just merged They just merged the Cruiserweight with it. Now the Cruiserweight title has ceased to exist again.
Does that matter?
Not in the direction they're going with, guys of like a certain height and weight. Carmelo Hayes will be one of the last kind of high flyers. I mean, that we're seeing at least right now in this class.
Yeah, shout out to that nigga for unifying belts.
Facts. No,
and then Braun Breaker won the NXT title finally.
See that nigga, he kicked over that big N.
No, the X.
It was an X.
Yeah. No.
That's funny.
My uncle said.
That's a damn shame.
And nigga father came out too. His pops came out.
Yeah.
Well, he was there.
Yeah,
I didn't see
in the crowd. They didn't show it. They didn't show it on TV, but there's fan footage of the dog-faced gremlin. Have the dog-faced gremlin coming out and celebrating with his boy.
And they shout out to them for being dope fans and knowing to bark.
They did. That's good. That's good. I'm with that. Hopefully, they didn't have to tell them to do that. They just did it.
But
either way,
tell them what to do. and especially in NXT. I think there are a lot of the chants in NXT were designed, especially with anyone that had a like the perfect 10 or any kind of reoccurring chant.
Well, the sad part is they wouldn't have nobody to tell them anyway because they got rid of all the old guard over there. William Regal. Who was it? It was William Regal, Brian James.
Who's probably going to go and try to find a job at AEW.
100%.
Do you know that apparently he was at the last Nitro looking for a job and had no idea it had been bought?
He was walking around like, "Hey guys."
He showed up thinking that, hey, I can ask for a job, Then
Look at my contract. I'm ready. I can go. I'm ready right now.
Which totally fits his fucking asshole demeanor.
Goofball. Black John Studd has shared a video of R-Truth and that goofy rapping. Fucking worse. I thought PG.
TNA, right?
Huh?
That had to be in TNA, right?
It was WWE.
That was when he was K-Quick.
Oh, you K-Quick. Okay.
Yeah, it was before he went to NWA or won the NWA title.
Yeah. Well, him and Conan, the two of them and Conan were the 3 Alive crew, I think.
That's awful. TNA. The 3 Live crew is terrible. So they got rid of a bunch of old talent, Gabe Sapolsky as well. I don't know what WWE is. It just Shawn Michaels?
And then right before they hopped on the air, they got rid of
got Samoa Joe.
Got Samoa Joe out of there. Again.
How you gonna fire me again?
Because this is, and I have been saying this for months now, is that this was a contest between Paul and Vince, and Paul quit. Paul lost.
He tapped out.
Kendall Roy. Yeah.
It was Kendall Roy.
I don't know who that is. So
nobody watches Succession. Nobody listened to this podcast watches Succession is a thing.
I don't know, niggas.
I think there are a few.
Niggas
who?
Great.
I think Corey with a K. I think he
Corey with a K watches Succession.
We'll see. I know him and Queen PR had a spaces about it a couple weeks ago.
They don't invite me to those spaces. They only want me to talk about pro wrestling. Let me talk about some white people shit.
I don't know, yo. I'm gonna be honest.
I'd be busy.
If I'm
exactly.
Hold on, no. If I'm hosting the spaces and I'm trying to, I'm leading the show and kind of, I don't know if I call the pop culture editor of Complex to come in here and overshine me, looking like that nigga that could really sing that showed up at karaoke. Everybody hates that guy.
That's the problem. I can't show up and be me because I'm gonna be better than somebody else. That's always how it works.
See?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I tried to get him on for the Spider-Man show.
Nah, something was going on that day.
He had to wash his hair.
I had to wash my hair.
I'm like, wow, we just got big time by the culture.
Nah, not even. I don't think there was not even this.
We got a great guest, y'all.
He start tapping the name tag.
I'm like, we got someone from Complex. Who, Joe LaPuma? No, better.
Better. I didn't say that at all. Sasha Banks fucked her leg up apparently.
Hopefully she's straight. Because I never heard of a whole leg injury.
Sasha Banks with one leg is better than half the women they got.
They said she sprained her leg.
They are running out of niggas for the Rumble.
Dealing with a sprained leg after her match again. I mean, if you watch the video, she landed crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Much like the Phoenix thing, you could tell when you see it, like, ooh,
something didn't. That Phoenix shit was nuts. Huh? This nigga go.
Crown Royal Mitts. That's the name of the episode.
Crown Royal Mitts. That's crazy. Nah, when I saw
soccer boppers.
When I saw the video of Sasha Banks,
imagine a nigga Mankind just.
He's got. Oh my! He puts his hand into a Crown Royal bag.
Would that be Maynekind? Oh shit!
Maynekind.
Goddamn that
episode.
That's Maynekind.
Oh, Mankind, man. Apparently, it's Terrence Howard calling the match. Is that Mankind, man? I skinned the man.
That man, oh, he just fell off the sail, man.
Maynekind, man, it's crazy. That might have broke me.
Someone's had to have said Maynekind before. Someone's had to have said it.
Maynekind, man. Hey, I'm Maynekind, man.
Who is it? Like James Vanderbeek does like all those wrestling puns of like he can. Like,
hey, the Undertaker's coming down to the ring. Who's he gonna face? Hey, he facing Maynekind, man.
Maynekind, man.
He about to fight Maynekind, man, for the WWE Championship, man.
See, man, we out here, man. We just out here. And we wrestling, but I don't want to be do love this week. You know me, I don't want to.
Man. Wait, hold up. Before we descend to the total madness.
That's too late for that. Keep going.
We did that as soon as the red light came on.
What was the name of the announcer that got bounced out to WWE? Greg Hamilton.
Greg
what was his name?
Yeah, it was Larry.
Bitch ass white boy.
West Side Gun was on his story talking about he was in the hospital or something, right?
A couple months ago. Right around Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now he was on NXT. He got interviewed by the one blonde woman. I don't remember her name. He was backstage.
Shouted out his Aunt Jenny. His Aunt Jenny.
Talking about how he first got into pro wrestling, and now they was hitting him with the matter of fact. Let me find the cease and desist. I had him. I thought I sent him to myself.
Nigga got seed indeed. You know what I mean? Sometimes you know what I mean. Hey,
it was interesting though. It's real interesting.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. Niggas know the rules.
Yeah, that was
niggas know the rules. Niggas
watch
know
this hand. Don't pay attention to this hand.
Nah, I don't even know if it's that's the case because you think Vince knows
he didn't
about
handle
either side of it?
No.
This is my point.
Look at this shit.
I'm saying the company's like that.
Hold on, but that being the case, the folks who decided to put him on camera on NXT are not the same folks who went after this thing. So I don't.
Yeah, because they just got fired.
One hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing. Is what Fam's saying.
That's really my point. So while it does seem, you know what I mean, like this is super wild. This is. He had a song.
He had a song called Claiborne Kick. I didn't realize that. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean,
who's the Claymore Kick? I mean, I don't know who uses the Claymore. Like, come on, that's just I don't know. That one's shady.
They took the Hurt Business, but the funny thing
that's like
the funny thing is they took the Hurt Business
on that song.
Well, the remix with MVP on it is no. I'm saying the MVP remix.
Likeness, nigga.
The remix with MVP on it is still on YouTube.
I mean, I may not have used that for the outro for our Twitter videos. The audio, at least. No lyrics.
Yeah, how about that? Don't tell nobody nothing. No, but
to quote Cal, nigga, shut up.
Shut up for real. Shut the fuck up. No, I will say that is
his mic.
That is kind of trash that they did that though. But I mean, it's the WWE. I'm not surprised that they used a nigga and then they took his shit. But I wonder where he's gonna show up pay-per-view wise this year.
See, I'm gonna tell you now. This is one thing: is this nigga he's an honorary guy. I'll never forget the first time I saw West Side Gun in concert. The nigga cussed the whole.
Did you say honorary or like honorary?
Honorary. I said honorary.
Okay.
Honorary.
Yeah, he honorary. So
honorary.
So the he's in Baltimore on stage and he cussed the whole crowd out because the venue told him he can't smoke on stage. Then they cussed the whole crowd out because the venue told him he can't smoke on stage. So yeah, he's gonna hold this grudge at least for a bit. I am curious, as Rumble is coming up soon, will he be in that low corner spot he usually is in?
Right. Well, he can afford to be down there, but that's whack. That's real whack. WWE, you get the gas face for that one for real. Shit, baked into everything that happened. Do y'all remember that Toni Storm left the WWE?
She ain't want to come to Baltimore, yo.
She was shook. She was shit. I watched The Wire.
I've seen that shit.
She's like, she said they talk funny with her accent.
Very funny, all right.
They talk funny.
Funny.
Fucking niggas, it's funny.
Okay, whoa.
I'm sorry. Nah, but she
Imagine
Well,
Tony Storm in Baltimore. God damn.
Initially, they said that she
Shorty
got
fat.
released.
Oh,
They said she got released, but then it kept coming to find out she asked for her release and she
Yeah.
paid the
No,
flight.
then come
That
to
was
find out she just left.
She just
and-
left.
And they told us that she quit, and they came to terms on a release because she just
She
left.
just left. Yeah.
like that guy, like the guy who was right over there.
I mean, I don't know where that man went. He had something to do, I guess.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, not yet. I'm just giving it. So that's like,
It's a situation.
But
He said, another year. No, I can't do another year.
it's I mean, hey, shit happens. Antonio Brown.
You mean Randy Orton?
That nigga, he said, "I'm going." What was the final result? It was because he was
He got
injured.
fired. He got fired on the sideline. They cut him on the sideline. He was on the injury report. He was hurt during the week. He figured out he was good enough to go, supposedly. Now here's the disconnect: is some point in the game, he figured down that he either thought he wasn't going to get the targets that he wanted, or he was legitimately hurt. He tells his coach he can't. He tells other coaches he can't go. They send the unit in that he's supposed to be with. He don't go. He don't go, so they got to send somebody else in. Coach like, what up? He like, I can't go. Coach like, get the F out of here.
That's what he said.
Like, hold on, if your ankle messed up, how is you over there jumping?
That was a
Yeah.
question people had. Yeah. What's up with your ankle?
It's weird, yo. It's weird.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. I mean,
I feel like there is definite wrong on both sides here. I don't know who's right.
I'm right.
Could be.
Nah, I'm not right at all. Fuck all this
Is that-
other
again,
shit.
but like, what's the most wrestling besides the Tony Storm being recently? Like, what's similar in wrestling of a I
In
almost
real
said,
life?
Like the
Mia
Mr.
Yim.
Perfect rolling out the
Not Mia Yim. What's Gail Kim? Not Mia Yim. Gail Kim in that battle royal she was in where she just
walked out. Yeah.
Oh shit! I was saying like
Yeah.
the Mr. Perfect after the star, he just rolled out like fuck this, I'm going home.
It might be Gail Kim, because Gail Kim was proving that that, like, those women's matches were so trash. I could leave the match and it wouldn't even make a difference, and it didn't. It really didn't. That's crazy. Hey, just be safe out there. That's all I'm saying. Wear your mask. Get boosted and all that shit. I was driving in an Uber, and it was very quiet.
Oh,
what?
Oh. He don't know nothing about that shit. I was driving in an Uber. It was mad quiet.
Yeah, you gotta let the windows down in that hole.
By the time we got to our destination, we were close to our destination. This nigga said, "Do you read the Bible?"
Oh shit! See, this is why. See, and you guys laugh at me. No, I'm not trying to have this up.
What did you say?
I said, "I haven't read the Bible in a while," because I didn't. I've not been approached with that question, and he was telling me, "Did you know that the Bible is really talking about America, and America's the promised land?" And I said, "Nigga, what?" And he was talking to me about the trees with the tree rings and how old they was, and they was the oldest trees that was in the Bible, and really the Mississippi River is really the Euphrates, and why is there pyramids in Mexico? And I was like, nigga, just take me to the Walgreens. Like, I ain't got time.
Just take me to the Walgreens. That is the second craziest conversation I've heard today.
It was wild. He was telling me to follow him on Facebook. I'm like, nah.
You think he recognized you?
I fucking hope not.
That's funny.
Ain't you say less? Watch less.
Ain't you say less? Wrong.
Ain't you say less?
Yeah, I'm say less. Yeah, say less.
I was
That's
at the
funny.
plantation today.
Actually, it's watch list.
Actually, sir, it's watch less. That's my podcast.
Say less is definitely Kaz's podcast.
Piece of Kaz.
So I'm walking outside of the plantation today. I don't really fool around walking around the side right now.
Right.
I'm walking outside, and there's a young lady sitting on the bench next to the building, and she looks at me, and we kind of catch eyes, so I know I gotta speak. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally get on, like when I get that's very funny. So I walk past her and I speak. Hey, how you doing? She say, Jay-Z got effed up by Nas.
What?
So it was Matt Damon in drag.
That's funny. I walk smooth. Oh, all right.
That's crazy. That's
I
crazy.
was because she saw me. I saw her. I figured she sees me. All right, he's got to speak now. Blah blah blah. How you doing? Nas, FJZ. Oh,
That's it. That's been sitting on her mind all day.
man, I just kept walking past, and my nigga, like I couldn't wait.
Just like
I couldn't wait. Then I get to my buddies, right? My buddies, my you know what I mean, chilling outside, buddy.
and he said Jay-Z whoop Nas ass. And you were like, what the fuck's going on?
I get over there, and they have it's a young lady standing next to them because this is the folks I used to hang out with when I used to smoke Newports at you know what I mean
Right.
over 13 years ago. And so they're smoking, and I guess they had a young lady pop up, and they looking at me like, we can't get this out of here. Yo,
That's a
and I
shame.
had to tell them in front of their new little white lady friend that the young lady over there across the corner just asked. I said hello. She said, "Nah."
I won't believe what I just heard.
That's crazy.
Yo, listen. All kinds.
Nah, for real. Yeah, stay safe out there for real. If you're gonna venture
you-
outside,
Would you smoke in Dallas, Sam? Would you have your first cigarette in forever in Dallas?
No.
is niggas going to Dallas?
Yes.
Champ's got to go to Dallas. I'll still be a champ by then.
Omicron is crazy.
Democrat. Well, that's a whole nother conversation. We'll
That's
talk
what-
about in a
that's-
little bit. But that's a whole nother conversation that we can discuss off air. I'm not no kind of doctor.
Do y'all got any black wrestlers of the week?
I'm gonna go with Kofi Kingston for the Tekken gear,
There you go.
specifically Brian Fury, and he came back with the mask from the game later on in the week online.
Right.
Salute.
About you, Drip.
I'll go with the obvious Carmelo Hayes, number 1 in the BRP 50.
Number one. Number one.
21.
Number one is crazy. Shit. I'm gonna have to go with Sasha Banks for spraining her whole leg and still being good. Although they say she's not good. We'll see how good she. If she's not good, it's gonna be a problem.
Honorable
Okay.
mention to young auntie
Swole.
Swole for having the internet going nuts like Paul Wall.
That would have been Mav's pick. Would have been Big Swole.
I was about
Indeed.
to say. And also again, shouts
Indeed.
out to Big E. If you guys saw, I tweeted he had the 5th longest title reign after a Money in the Bank cash in.
Right.
Even though his
He
reign
did his
ended
Yes. This is-
prematurely, it's still
all of these
higher
are the
success
reasons.
rate.
All of these are the reason why I was not upset about what went on him losing.
Right.
and
And
good matches. Lashley in the cage, him and Roman.
we're gonna get Lashley and Lesnar. Like, I mean, it's not like we're getting bullshit.
Mhm.
You feel what I'm saying? We're getting something that's actually gonna feel like, an event. Some shit you may never see before at the very least.
Shout out to Sparks for just sending me some white man opening up a pair of Monarchs. You know them. You know Monarchs don't come with a box; they be on a rack at Costco.
I have some Monarch Jace shoes that I wear for work.
Mm,
Take a picture of them next time you put them on.
bless your heart, don't you dare!
No, I need them
Facts.
though because they're comfortable. They're worth
Don't you,
it.
don't you
They're
dare! Don't
they're
you
the
dare,
All Defy, I think.
Don't you dare besmirch your name. Your
Oh,
No, I won't, I won't.
those are Jordans?
No, they're not like they look exactly like Monarchs. Here's the thing: they're just kind of a lower top version of
You got
You got-
Monarch low tops.
basically.
You got some low tops.
Nigga got Monarch variants.
Legit.
These exclusive. This is exclusive collaboration. Nike Monarch and Dr. Scholl's.
Yeah.
Got the All Defies on, the All Defy ones. Nah. Before we get out of here, can y'all please let the people know where they can find y'all on these social medias?
IlFam790, your social media choice. As always, and way more importantly, at Where's Buffy, where'sbuffy.com, at Where's Buffy. Where's Buffy on YouTube? Holla at her. We're going to be talking that Jay-Z Nas discography type deal tomorrow.
Subscribe.
Or tonight. Tonight, as y'all
Tonight is tonight.
Oh yeah, Friday Lives, yeah. Follow Math on Twitter at Math Damon, Instagram 1854. Shouts to the co-champion, but I'm on Twitter at Davis aka Drip. Davis aka Drip on Twitter, Davis DC on Instagram. Banks versus Davis podcast is where I'm at elsewhere, but most importantly, Black Rasslin on YouTube. Get the subscribers up. Trying to make 1,000 by the end of the year.
Guess
And
I got to
your current predictions champion.
I guess I got to. It's the last time I'll be holding this belt for a bit.
Goldie.
Tucson, Arizona, coming home.
We'll see. We'll see how long you get to hold on to this shit. I'm expecting it'll be back by Mania season. By Mania.
I legit will be Edge. I'll win the title on New Year's Revolution and then lose it right out of the Royal Rumble.
It could happen. Well, we might have to figure out what the Rumble is. Are we going to pick a person, and then if that person wins,
Here we go with the.
I'm saying handling the match is going to be an interesting one. Like the main Royal Rumble match is going to be an interesting one, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You want to pick a number or a actual person?
We might have to flip a coin. I'm at Cal on Twitter. At Black Rasslin on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. BlackRasslin.com is a website, but as always, you can find the Black Rasslin podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, wherever you get your podcasts, we're there. But most importantly, YouTube.com/Black Rasslin. If we made you laugh once, if we said some fly shit, you were like, you know what, that's really what I fuck with. And that subscribe button is red. Please click that and make that shit gray. We're trying to make the 1K before the end of 2022. Hopefully we get to that shit sooner than later.
Cartel when it's up, so have that bookmarked.
Hopefully,
right now.
Hopefully y'all paid attention to this. I don't know what to tell you. If you missed out, as a matter of fact, let me delete these out the system because it's a wrap for those at this point. But keep it locked. We'll catch y'all next week. New Jack, take us home.
Like me or not, I didn't come up here to be liked.